Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to yet another session. If you've enjoyed already the sessions we've been through already in the morning, you're going to enjoy what's happening right now as well as we move onto retention rates. So it's retention rates, naturally one of the primary concerns of every HR professional, wherever you are and whatever level as well. But the question still remains: how can we maximize retention and in turn naturally minimize that turnover? That's one of the main questions, and it kind of reminds us all that there's no one size that fits all solution. So it's really a question of looking at it in more detail and trying to find different solutions from different areas. But certainly the viewpoint of valuable experience and practical insight, put those two together, this kind of gives us an immense helpfulness to almost all corporations or organizations to tackle this issue. The next gentleman right now, he's going to share with you a little bit of how he tackles, or his company tackles, those issues. So please welcome to our virtual event right now, Senior VP at MTU Aero Engines, Mr. Hans-Peter Kleitsch. Hans-Peter, hello, hi. We can see you.
Yeah. Hi, Peter. Great to see you.
I can see you. I can hear you. All looking good. You have got a fantastic. Is that your living room or is it a virtual background? Because if it is your living room, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's my private office at home because we are on remote, and so everybody can see where I live.
We can see where you live.
Don't investigate my books behind, okay?
Well, no, I'm trying to, but you've got an amazing bookshelf. Out of all the bookshelves I've seen over the last 2 years, yours has to be the best. So here's the thing, just towards the
Okay.
end, when the questions come through, I'll come back and ask you a few questions from our audience in terms of what you've shared.
Yeah.
So looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Over to you.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot, and warm welcome from my side to all of you as HR leaders and experts in Serbia. My name, like mentioned from Peter, is Peter as well, Hans-Peter Kleitsch, SVP of MTU Aero Engines in Munich. And I think it's the first time that I have the chance to present MTU in Serbia on that huge Congress. So it's a great opportunity to give a little bit insights to MTU, and you can ask every question you like if you have one. So we are a real newcomer in Serbia aerospace market for employees. So it's time to get more familiar with you and you get familiar with us. Currently, we are in the phase of building up first maintenance location in Serbia, in Belgrade, with 400 employees. We are good in the time frame. So you can see already very close to Serbia, the west of Serbia, the first explorations, the first buildings and the first piles and all of that. And I think after a few years, we will have 800 to 900 employees. So let's see how we develop the company. Thanks also to our Serbian head of HR, it's Jacqueline Teofilovic. Jacqueline, maybe you're somewhere. I haven't spoken to you yet. Hello, Jacqueline. Thanks for your support for this keynote speech. Yeah, that's my topic. How does MTU achieve a high retention rate? And I will introduce you a little bit to MTU. You should know who MTU is, which are the key facts. And then we are going deeper in the topic, achieve a high retention rate. So first of all, our slogan is we shape the future of aviation. That's very important of us because we are producing aero engines not for the market today. We are produce our engines for the next 10, 12, 15, 20, 40 years. So we design, we develop, and we produce aero engines, and we have a strong arm that we can maintain nearly all common aero engines in all power classes. All power classes means small ones. A small engine for us is 4,000 or 5,000 horsepower. A big engine is much more. We can't express it in horsepower. We have 100,000 pound of thrust, and that's a lot, 4.5 diameter big. Our commercial business means in the Western Hemisphere, we have nearly in every third aircraft MTU technology on board, which is a lot. Military, we have full system capability for more than 80 years. Commercial MRO means we are the biggest independent worldwide leader in solutions for our customers, because we are not belonging to Pratt & Whitney, not belonging to GE. We are totally independent and we work for all of them. So MRO means maintenance, repair, and overhaul. We have more than 1,100 shop visits, and a shop visit is taking the aircraft engine from the wing, take them in our shop, work on that, and replace it again. So how we do that? We have around 10,000 engine experts, and we are all crazy about engines, I tell you. So everybody should be a small expert in these topics. We have 15 locations worldwide, and the most of it we have partnerships with the big OEMs like GE, Pratt & Whitney, Rolls-Royce, Safran. All these big OEMs had partnerships with us, and we are the core provider of the German Air Force as well. So program shares from our point of view between 5%, which is very low, up to 40%. And I am always asked, I'm always asked in these kind of sessions, why don't you produce 100% of an aircraft engine? To tell you that's the last 20, 25 years is nearly impossible, because to introduce a new engine, to develop it, to get it prototyped and so on, you need up to 15 billion US dollars. That's quite normal, 15 billion US dollars when you would like to produce a totally new engine. So technology, we are very strong in that. We have 400 patents, 200 inventions a year. So we live from new technology. Products like shown here, here's some examples what we do. We only do the very attractive components on which are very cost effective. We don't produce the simple ones made of steel, overhauling the coverage around the turbine. That we don't do, only the high-tech types. Process, lifetime excellence, are always explained. Life cycles up from 25 years up to 50 years. It makes no sense to have one of our turbines or aero engine in the air which is 50 years old, but you can, if you like, and a couple of our clients does that already. Culture, and that's the most important topic I would like to discuss that today. I think our culture is very innovative and very competent. So to say it in a small way, if you had bought some shares of MTU in 2005, we tenfold the increase, and I think that's a good story. Yeah, where we are based, like you can see here, we are partner in the value chain. So on the left-hand side, the typical material suppliers. On the left-hand side, like foundries. Engine component suppliers as well are producers sending us their parts. And we are in the middle, we call it subsystem or the module suppliers. What we do, a module is a very complex thing of an aero engine. It's only one part, it's a bigger modules, sometimes heavy, like 1 ton. And we deliver that directly to the OEMs. And the OEMs, like mentioned, GE, Pratt & Whitney, Rolls-Royce, Safran, deliver that directly to the airframers. So we produce our parts for Airbus, Boeing, Bombardier, all big one in the Western Hemisphere. Yeah, and last but not least, on the right-hand side, aftermarket. Aftermarket is more important than ever because we are making money with aftermarket. To sell a turbine on the OEM market, no, that's not a good business. You have to decrease the total cost when you sell it, but aftermarket, we take it back. So in the aftermarket business, we sell an engine, I would say 6 to 7 times before it's not operating anymore. So that's our core business. To say it in small words, we have 3 business segments. So on the left-hand side, it's the commercial OEM business. The share of total revenues around 26% last year. So all classes of aero engines, and we have long partnerships with our OEM. The second business segment is military OEM business. We have a total revenue of nearly 12%. So European and US engine programs are very essential for us. And sure, we are the leading partner of the German Armed Forces. We do nearly every flying aircraft which the German Air Force has. Last but not least, MRO. I told you already that's our cash cow. Cash cow means 62% of all we do is maintenance, leasing, and asset management. Maybe you're astonished a little bit why we lease engines as well. Yeah, sure, because aircraft on ground means very high costs for a company. So they get a lease engine from us, we repair it, and after that we get the lease engine back and you get the total repaired new engine. So last year, yes, please.
Just quick, can you just pop on your put your presentation on full screen for us? Could you do that for us?
Oh, it's already done.
So it's a full screen rather than we can see the PowerPoint. So bottom, yeah, that's right. Fantastic.
Now, is that better or?
No, I don't think it is.
Is that better?
Nope, it's not better. Hey, listen, carry on. We'll be fine. We'll have to deal with this. It's okay.
I'm sorry for that, but you can have the presentation after that, and you can use it and distribute it wherever you like. I'm sorry, I don't know, because I have full screen and I see it here on my, okay. Yeah, last but not least, commercial MRO business, I already mentioned it, maintenance, repair, overhaul. So revenue 4 billion a year in 2020, more than 400 million EBIT last year, although we had the corona disease. And so it was hard for us during corona because only a few aircrafts fly, but we have still a good result and we are happy about that. The last key facts, and then I started with the topic, more than 10,000 employees. I already explained. We spent a lot of money in employee development, more than 3 million a year. Our retention rate currently is 96%, so we lose only 4% a year. Most of them are retired, and we lose only a few of them going to other competitors. That's very seldom. A lot of apprentices we have at the moment, so we try to learn and to recruit our own apprentices, so we don't want to be dependent on the external market. Average service for MTU is 14 years, so it's not too old. We need experienced employees, and sure, we are certified as a top employer in Germany since 2006, every year now, and it's a long tradition, and I'm pretty sure we will reach these top employer status next year as well. How does we support high retention rate? That sounds to be a very simple question. So the main and the most essential topic for us to support a high retention rate is the relationship between employer and employee. So employer and employee should be based on trust, and that's very important for us. So everybody can speak to me, everybody of our teams can speak to Rainer Winkler, my own boss. So this relationship is very, very important for us. Sometimes we spend a lot of money for our employees as well when we are in a crisis, but we get good feedback from our employees as well. So what we need is a very good leadership culture. Leadership culture is important for us because without a good leadership culture, you can't be a very high performing company. So we have leadership values in place, leadership values. A company without leadership values doesn't exist. You need real values, you need good leadership values, and our values are we transform, we empower, and we create trust. I will stretch these topics a little bit more on the next slide, but wait, please, one minute. We have good opportunities for the development. So normally we recruit our employees early in their career. Normally they have a high school degree or they have learned the first profession in a school, and then we start with them. So 90% of all vacant leadership positions are filled with own employees. So I know companies which recruit more than 50% of all leadership positions from outside. We try to do it with our own stuff, and we are not bad in that. We encourage our employees to have a strong voice. What does that mean, strong voice? We think that's very good when you have a question, when you would like to comment something, use a social intranet. We have a good social intranet, and you can post every comment you like, and you get an answer soon. So normally reaction time is only between some minutes and some hours, normally it's the same day. We have dialogue formats with a management board. So I already explained that Rainer Winkler, my boss, me and all the other board members, the trade unions, the works councils, we can discuss in these dialogue formats all topics you would like to have, but we do it on eye level. So normally on eye level means there's a lot of trust that our employees had a question. Come on, Peter, I have a question. What do you think about this and that? And then they get the answer for me. Yeah, these are the most important soft facts. Soft facts are more important for us than the last topics I mentioned here, like salary level. It's above the average compared to the local job market, or attractive benefits. They are important, sure, but the first 5 bullets are more effective on a long time period. The smaller, the last 2 ones, like salary level and benefits, are important, but only on a short distance. What we have, what kind of benefits we have, gain sharing models, incentives, retention bonuses, these are all working quite well, but only on a short distance. You need the topics above, which is very, very important for us.
Hans, I'm just going to jump in here just because we're coming towards the end, and hearing what you have to say, really, we're seeing a certain thread from some of the previous sessions as well in terms of the values of a good company. Again, not so much always about the financial side or the money in the pocket of the employee every single month, but more about how they're feeling and their approach towards the work they do, and the approach from the employer to the employee, and that relationship, as you say, really, really important. My question to you is, when COVID hit, how did that change? Or what did you specifically say to yourself, what we have to do in terms of keeping that relationship going? Because obviously COVID hits, things change, people's opinions change, the pressure changes. What kind of things did you do as an employer?
Yeah, when we were hardly hit in the early stage of these coronavirus, we live exactly our values. You see on that page, we create trust. What we do, we explain to everybody, we don't want to release our employees. We think you're the right team. We believe that you still be on board. And so our employees don't get nervous. They stay on board. They accepted some deeper cuts, and that was quite good. And now everything is normal. We rise up all systems again. But the good story is we have a lot of our employees sitting at home in a remote section, not like we want to do that, because the employee says, yes, I have a small baby at home, I have a family, I would like to work from my home. And that works quite right. And I think after coronavirus, that will still exist on a very high level. That's the way how we deal that topic, very honestly.
So it's really good to hear that you were, one of the first things you said was reassurance. You were reassuring the teams, the employees that, this has happened, but we still value you, we still want you. There's no reason to lay you off. Maybe there are cuts to be certain compromises, but generally we value who you are. So it's great to hear that was one of the first things you said. Listen, Hans, it's time for us to close this session. I'm sure we could continue on and on throughout the afternoon. Thank you so much for your insights, and everybody who's watching and listening again. I'm sure if you reach out to Hans, connection, maybe collaboration in the future, or just some more insights, I'm sure he'll be able to help. Hans, Peter, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks a lot. See you.
Okay, bye-bye. Right, guess what? We are moving on now to a short break. A short break for you, for me, for everyone else. What you can do, I can go off and go to the bathroom, have a coffee. What you can do the same, or you can have another stroll around the large HR Expo area, have a look at the booths, really see what's on offer in terms of the format and what we've got going online. And I'm sure there'll be many different things that you'll be curious about. We will be back here at 1:15. 1:15. Again, it's time for you to choose one of 4 different case studies. You choose the one you want to go for, and then I'll meet you back here. If it's track A, I'll meet you back here for another case study at HR Week 2021.